I'll give you an example. 1900, 1 in 100, it was cancer every 100 people. By 1970, it was 1 in 25, 1990, 1 in 5, and now 1 in every 2.5 people are going to get cancer. So we better do something.
And this is a multi-level marketing. It's a home-based business. So you can start your own company for about $40.
Recently, when I was watching one of my favorite fitness channels on YouTube, Athlean X, the host of the show, Jeff, mentioned that at one point in time, Sylvester Stallone had his own brand of protein powder. Now, I love Sylvester Stallone as much as the next guy, so when he said that, I was like, let me go look that up. This led me down a rabbit hole that I could have never expected. I discovered that this protein powder was actually one of the products from a multi-level marketing company called Seriesse International that was co-founded by Sylvester Stallone and his wife, Jennifer Flavin. There are exactly 0 videos talking about this company on the internet, and even the videos of Sylvester and his wife promoting the company have barely any views. This, of course, didn't stop me from scouring the entire internet and finding a ton of information that some people seemingly tried very hard to cover up.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Flavin Stallone, and you are now at the site of my newest and most exciting marketing opportunity, Seriesse International. The next generation of my skincare line will be sold exclusively through a nationwide network of independent distributors. Starting right now, marketing opportunities are available to you and others who want to be part of my team and part of our exciting new direct sales company. Seriesse is a new name of an all-new product line, which includes a scientifically formulated and revolutionary cosmeceutical ingredient called MVS24. All of our Seriesse products feature this new ingredient that actually locks in key elements to your skin. Please accept this personal invitation to join me as an S-Team consultant. As a distributor of my Seriesse products, you can have the opportunity to earn extra income you and your family so richly deserve and have what you need to make your business fun and rewarding. Whether it is your dream to work from home or just pay for that family vacation, we at Seriesse International will give you all the tools, training, and support you need to be successful at any level you choose. We also plan to celebrate you and your success. All I can tell you right now is to stay tuned for what will be a big event in the coming months, an event that will bring all of our Seriesse team members together for great fun and excitement. And of course, I may bring along someone special to help celebrate with you. I'm so excited about the coming year, and I think you will be too. Our winning combination of an established brand name, product innovation, and S-Team support will make this the next great place to be in the direct sales industry. I hope you'll be joining me there, and I'm looking forward to seeing you soon.
Sign me up. To understand why Seriesse International happened, we're going to need to go back into the past. Sylvester Stallone met Jennifer Flavin in 1988 when she was a 19-year-old model living in Los Angeles and he was a 42-year-old Hollywood star. They were going strong until 1994 when Sylvester suddenly broke up with Jennifer via a written letter he sent through FedEx. The reason for the sudden breakup, which Jennifer would find out later from her agent, was that Sylvester was having an affair with supermodel Janice Dickinson, who is now pregnant. Wanting to do the right thing, I'm guessing, Sylvester decided to break things off with Jennifer so that he could be there for his new baby and be with Janice. Now, I know this sounds bad. At this point in the story, Sylvester Stallone is 48 years old, he's one of the biggest stars in Hollywood, and he's now involved in this scandal where his supermodel side chick is pregnant and he's hastily breaking up with his 25-year-old girlfriend. But we've all been there. Thankfully, a paternity test revealed the baby wasn't his, and in 1995, Jennifer took him back. In 1996, they had their first daughter, and in 1997, they got married. This was Jennifer's first marriage, and it was Sly's third. Fun fact I learned while doing research for this video, all 3 of Sylvester Stallone's wives have appeared in the Rocky franchise at some point or another, and his second wife was actually Bridget Nielsen, who was Ivan Drago's wife in Rocky IV. Crazy. Sylvester and Jennifer have been together ever since, and it seems like they have a great family and great relationship. The reason I think it's relevant to talk about their relationship history is because I think it potentially lays the groundwork for what's to come. Specifically, I think it might give us a hint as to why Sly was willing to do anything to support his wife in her business ventures, possibly to make up for past mistakes. The origins of Seriesse International come from Jennifer's career in skincare. She started selling her brand Serious Skincare, not Seriesse, but Serious, on the Home Shopping Network in 1994. Home Shopping Network is one of those infomercial type channels where they try to sell you stuff. Apparently, this was going well and the product was selling. But somewhere along the way, they transitioned from this sales model to an MLM. But how come? Well, after all of my research, I have a theory that the origin of Seriesse, as well as its eventual downfall, all center around one thing: the 2006 movie Rocky Balboa. It all starts here, a video I found on Facebook of Jennifer promoting Serious Skincare on the Home Shopping Network in December of 2006, the same month Rocky Balboa came out.
But there's a very special person on the line.
No facsimile, the real deal.
The real deal. Hi, honey.
Yo,
Sly.
Jennifer.
Hi, baby.
Hi.
Hi, honey.
Hi. I called to see if I could get a ticket to my own movie.
Well, we have one, but
Thank you.
only can get it in this kit, honey, because you know what? The other kit, the Big Today special that we had, 25,000 of them flew out the door.
You're kidding.
This afternoon. So
Unbelievable.
we had it, and we wanted to make sure. We knew that was going to happen. We knew it was going to be really popular, so we had to make sure that we didn't leave anybody out, and so that's why we did it this
Thank your
day.
loyal customers. You really do a great job.
So as we can see, Seriesse Skincare had not yet become Seriesse International, the MLM, before Rocky Balboa came out. Fast forward almost exactly 1 year later to December 2007, and we find this article in Oat Living called Jennifer Flavin Stallone's Seriesse Business. It says, Seriesse Skincare has evolved into Seriesse International, a multi-level marketing venture that gives people the opportunity to become beauty consultants by selling Seriesse health and beauty products. Quote, honestly, I had so many people that were my Seriesse Skincare customers asking me how to sell my products, she explains. Also, there were a lot of things I couldn't market on home shopping. I couldn't do beauty from the inside. I could only do it from the outside with creams and makeup. I wanted to expand, but my hands were sort of tied. The article goes on. So, this past October, with the help of her husband, Flavin Stallone launched Seriesse International to much fanfare at the new Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino in Las Vegas, which is owned in part by Stallone. Planet Hollywood also plays an important role in this story, which we will see later. In just 2 short months, the consultant and customer base has grown to include more than 6,000 individuals who headed to Seriesse.com, which is the only place to purchase the products or become a member of the team. Before you try to pause the video and go to Seriesse.com, I've already done it. It's dead. Seriesse includes Flavin Stallone's skincare line and makeup, alongside S-Force, Sylvester's anti-aging nutrition and vitamin supplement product line. Seriesse International is a way for her customers to take control of their lives, providing a way for people to earn their financial freedom, something Flavin Stallone is very familiar with. I get where they were going with like the vision of the company, but in hindsight, it actually makes no sense in terms of like the company identity. On one hand, you'd have Sylvester Stallone, whose demographic at that point was probably mostly middle-aged men trying to like retain muscle mass. And then on the other hand, you have Jennifer promoting beauty products, which are obviously targeted at women. Imagine what that company event or convention would look like. In the same article, Jennifer goes on to say, the biggest joy that came to be with the development of my companies is having more control of my situation. Not just that I made a great deal of money, which is wonderful, but that it gave me control of that aspect of my life. That's what I love. Thanks to her financial stability, no one, including her husband, has to question her motives for being in the relationship. Flavin Stallone is not looking for a handout from her movie star husband, with whom she has 3 beautiful daughters. Quote, I think that is why we have lasted so long, she explains. Because of my success, because I feel better about myself, I'm not trying to go out and get an acting job at 40 and feeling like, oh God, my career is over. My career is just beginning. And what keeps it going is that I don't need Sly. I don't need him financially, and I don't need him to get me a job. This boss babe female empowerment message sounds nice, but is contradicted by the fact that by going into business with your superstar husband, it means that you are at least partially relying on him for financial stability if he's going to be a partner in the company and using his celebrity status to promote it. All of the promotional videos that I could find for Seriesse International either feature Sylvester himself talking about how much he loves the products, or they heavily imply his involvement. Here's another clip from a daytime TV show where Jennifer is being interviewed about Seriesse.
She's a supermodel, super mogul, and super mom. Jennifer Flavin Stallone makes juggling a skincare empire, 3 kids, and a movie star husband look easy. And here she is to tell us about how she does all that. You're a superstar. Good morning.
Thank you.
So good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
You are a busy woman. Now, seriously,
Yes.
What is the trick to being able to handle all of those tasks
A great
in
husband.
one 24-hour
A really
day?
supportive husband, and Sly is fantastic. He is, right now he's probably driving the kids to school. So when I can't be there, he does it, and we just are a great team. I mean, I've known him almost 20 years now. So
you were really young when you met him, too,
I was,
right?
what, 12, 13?
Wow. And now you're only 21.
Now I'm 21,
Amazing,
right?
Tell us about the Seriesse skincare line. What makes it special?
The Seriesse line is an amazing line. I was on HSN, I still am, for about 15 years. We've grown into a billion-dollar company. But so many of my friends kept saying, how do I get involved in the company? I want to sell your products. So that's why I developed the Seriesse products. And this is a multi-level marketing. It's a home-based business. So you can start your own company for about $40.
What, show us your favorite.
Oh,
do you have
I have a couple favorite products. This is Alma. My husband and I drink this about 3 times a day. It's the most potent antioxidant on the market, more potent than vitamin C. Any of your antioxidants from like cranberry juice to pomegranate juice. This one is superior. Also the Instatox. We've sold over 1 million of the Instatox. The Instatox is a temporary firming facial lift. This you put on lines and wrinkles, and it instantly removes lines and wrinkles and pores in 30 seconds.
Wow.
30 seconds.
I'm taking this one.
Lines and wrinkles gone. Until you wash off your skin. It's temporary.
Well, thank you so much for coming in. We're out of time, but thank you so much. It's really great to meet you.
So you guys can join the team.
Have a great holiday, definitely. And for more on the Seriesse product line, go to our website, cw11.com. And coming up next hour, what R&B star just became a daddy?
I felt kind of bad after watching this clip that they cut her off before she could talk about the life-changing business opportunity element of it all. But knowing that most people who join MLMs lose money, it's probably for the best. So far, we've seen that Seriesse, like many MLMs before and since, is sending this strong message to women who might feel like they want some independence and success separate from what their husbands are bringing to the table. And it seems like Jennifer is the shining example of this, considering that, according to her, she built Seriesse Skincare to $1 billion company independent of her husband. This story didn't make sense to me for a couple of reasons. First of all, if things were going just fine before you partnered with your famous husband to start an MLM, why change course at all? If it ain't broken, don't fix it, right? Also, according to the article, there was supposedly 6,000 distributors within only the first few months. Surely a company of that size would be a noteworthy part of somebody's history, right? Well, there's no mention of Seriesse International anywhere on either Sly or Jennifer's social media or in any of their interviews today. They don't talk about it. Take, for example, this episode of the Stallone Daughters podcast from 2021, where Jennifer explains how she got started in skincare.
So I was always trying different things to help with my acne, and I lost a lot of jobs in the modeling world because of my acne, and I couldn't clear it up, and medication wasn't clearing it up. And then so I finally met somebody who had a skincare clinic, and she educated me on how acne is a disease. It is usually you would inherit it from your parents. One of yours is genetic, and so she actually said, we have to take care of it every 12 hours, so in the morning and the evening. So she set me up with a system of cleansing, treating, and healing the skin. So I cleared up my skin. I went, this is terrific. I brought it, and long story short, I brought it down to HSN, Home Shopping Network in Tampa, Florida. They bought like 5,000 units, and from there it was history. So then we went on to 25 years on Home Shopping.
I mean, 25 years at HSN or at Seriesse Skincare. And
she doesn't mention the name of the person who introduced her to this magical skincare, nor does she mention Seriesse, the MLM. It just didn't make sense to me. What about the 6,000 distributors? Where's S-Force? Why did they abandon the MLM model? So I did some more digging into the history of the original company, Seriesse Skincare, and I learned that the official story leaves out some pretty important info. First, the person who introduced Jennifer to the skincare world is a woman named Lisa Stock. There's conflicting reports about whether it was 1993 or 94 when Lisa and Jennifer partnered to start selling Seriesse Skincare on the Home Shopping Network, but it was one of those years. Supposedly, they were immediately successful in selling their skincare through this TV sales method, but they ran into trouble in 1999 when the Federal Trade Commission sued Home Shopping Network over deceptive claims made about the efficacy of the products that they were promoting. Specifically, claims made by Jennifer and Lisa. It turned out the FTC had been watching them for a while, and in the complaint, Jennifer herself is quoted from a TV program that they aired on July 27th, 1997, as saying, "You know what? I've been through it all. I've used every product out there on the market. I've been through Accutane for 6 months. I've been to the best dermatologists. I've used everything from facialists. I used to buy all their products, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Listen, nothing worked for me. Lisa just handed me these products. She handed me the Clearits. I was very diligent on using it. I used it twice, sometimes 3 times a day, and my face cleared up. And it's that simple, but you have to make the choice because it's not going to disappear on its own." Lisa is quoted from the same program saying, "And you know what? These are not exaggerations. If you want to see your skin clear, if you have that once a month occasional breakout to severe cystic acne, you'll be able to use Clearits. It will target that area to clear out the follicle wall to clear your skin. And I'm not talking about just superficially clearing your skin. I'm talking about making your skin smooth like marble." There's a lot of other examples, but you get the idea. The FTC asked the court to award not more than $11,000 for each violation, which led to a settlement where Home Shopping Network paid $1.1 million. This may sound like a lot, and justice was done for the deceptive claims, but listen to what FTC Commissioner Sheila Anthony said in a statement released alongside the news of the settlement. "I find the $1.1 million civil penalty amount to be barely adequate. Home Shopping Network and its subsidiaries are recidivists. The commission instituted a suit against HSN in 1995, alleging that HSN had made various unsubstantiated product efficacy claims. Prior to trial, that matter was settled by a consent order which became final in 1996. Among other things, the order requires Home Shopping Network to have substantiation for all efficacy claims regarding food and drug products. Only 2 years later, HSN is again before us and is again facing allegations that it has made multiple unsubstantiated product efficacy claims. Indeed, these allegations give me reason to question whether HSN took its obligations under the 1996 order seriously. Civil penalties and other remedial impositions cannot be a mere cost of doing business. If false claims are profitable, even in the wake of penalties, advertisers will continue to make such claims. So, Home Shopping Network had already got in trouble for making deceptive claims 2 years earlier, and they were able to settle the case, and as part of that settlement, agreed to not do it again, and what do you know, they did it again. Well, of course, it doesn't stop there, because 3 years after their problems with the FTC, a 2002 Forbes article came out called Playing Doctor, which again saw Lisa Stock's reputation called into question. The article points out how by wearing a lab coat and using big words in her infomercials, Lisa is able to utilize the appeal to authority fallacy to hawk her products. Unfortunately, if you have a lab coat on, people just assume you know what you're talking about. It's now been more than 20 years since this article came out, and still to this day, MLMs are making rampant deceptive health claims about their products, as well as earnings claims about the opportunity every single day. As a matter of fact, I think it's way worse now in 2024 than it was in 2002 or 1999, because first of all, there are hundreds of MLM companies in operation today, and some of these companies have thousands or tens of thousands of distributors working for them. The result can be hundreds of thousands of people posting these deceptive claims every single day to their Instagram stories, and since the stories expire after 24 hours, it makes it virtually impossible for the FTC, which is, by the way, a regulatory agency of roughly 1,200 people, to ever catch them or find them. Back when Jennifer and Lisa got caught up in this FTC lawsuit in 1999, the FTC could just literally turn on the TV and watch. They didn't have to, be Instagram spies. I also suspect that this might have been one of the reasons for Seriesse Skincare turning into an MLM in 2007, because Lisa and Jennifer had already felt the sting of being implicated in an FTC lawsuit. I'm sure Home Shopping Network wasn't happy about it. I'm sure Lisa and Jennifer weren't happy about it. And being on TV meant they had to watch every word that came out of their mouth, because literally the FTC or some regulator or lawyer could just be watching what they say. But in a multi-level marketing scheme, so much happens behind closed doors that it would be easy to make even the craziest kind of claims without worrying that you'd be caught on video. Since the distributors aren't technically employees, they're just independent contractors, even if they were caught in 4K making these kinds of ridiculous claims, the company could likely just throw them under the bus, which I've known MLMs that have been known to do this. They can just throw the distributors under the bus and say, oh, that was just a bad apple who wasn't following our very rigorous, ethical guidelines. Also, remember that this was 2007. The original iPhone had just come out a few months before, and it didn't even take video. Even in the best quality video I could find of Sylvester promoting Seriesse, we see him making the implication that the S-Force supplements can ward off cancer.
I want to bring out the love of my life. He is the man I've known for 20 years, and the father of my 3 girls, and the greatest inspiration to myself, my friends, my family. Here he is, Sylvester Stallone.
Thank you very, very much. It's really unusual to be put in a situation where at my, I guess you might say, late age in life, you've seen everything, you've done everything, and then all of a sudden something presents itself that's unique, new. In the beauty business, it's about exterior, looking better, feeling better. And I said to Jennifer, what about underneath the skin? What about inside? That is where I come in. I don't know much about lipstick, I don't know much about eyeliner, but I do know about interior health. If I had never gotten involved in health, I never would have done Rocky. I never would have had that opportunity. I've never been up to the task of performing in that film. So it's all been about supplements. First thing is the multivitamin. Without a multivitamin, you're going to fall apart, because the food that we have today stinks. It just is. It's just fallen. It's not good. It's been stripped down. I'll give you an example. 1900, 1 in 100, it was cancer every 100 people. By 1970, it was 1 in 25. 1990, 1 in 5, and now 1 in every 2.5 people are going to get cancer. So we better do something. You have to protect yourself inside. What are vitamins? What are supplements all about? It's defense. Let's say an army to fight off all the horrible things that will come our way. That is what supplements are all about. It's about protection, building the immune system. And that's what when you're selling people, it's like we are trying to make you better than you can be. What nature takes away, we are giving back. I just finished Rambo in the jungles on the Burmese border, which was so bad. The temperature at that time, it's been the highest it's ever been in 98 years, which is an average of 114 degrees a day. I lost my appetite. I thought, how am I going to stay healthy and strong? Because I had to be really strong and brutal in this movie, and I am. It's really a physical film, and it's funny that, I wait until I'm 60 years old to do my most physical film. But there is a powder, and it's a protein powder. We've heard about protein powder, but this particular protein powder, which has 45 grams of protein, this is what I ate for 3 months at night. No dinner. I was so hot, so tired, I could not eat anything else. 4 ice cubes, a little bit of water, banana, and this. And my strength stayed at maximum. My definition stayed at maximum. My muscles were pumped, and I had the energy. I never got sick, ever. Everyone around me is flopping like flies. Boom, nothing. So it works. The point is, what Jennifer is telling you to get involved in is a winner, or otherwise I wouldn't be involved in it, because we've done too much in our lives. We've all been successful. Everyone involved in Seriesse has been very, very successful. And now they're taking it to a new level, and I'm proud to be involved in it because I think this is going to explode.
One of the other claims he made in this video that I thought was completely ridiculous and insane was when he said that the protein powder was the only thing he consumed while filming Rambo. I did the math, and he was 60 years old at the time he was filming this video, and he filmed it in Chiang Mai, Thailand, which can easily get over 30 degrees Celsius on a given day.
The idea of working in 44 degrees centigrade, which is like 111, 113 every day, well, it's just astounding.
I also found this New York Times article from the same year where he admits to using prescription testosterone and growth hormone while he was filming the movie in order to put on 41 pounds. Mind you, he's making these claims 8 years after his wife, and more importantly in this context, business partner Jennifer, was implicated in a lawsuit about deceptive claims that cost Home Shopping Network $1.1 million. So, in my opinion, this was just reckless. That being said, a celebrity, in this case, arguably the biggest action star of all time, lending his credibility to the supposed nutritional value of the products is classic MLM strategy. This is a play ripped straight out of the Herbalife playbook. For over a decade now, Cristiano Ronaldo has been Herbalife's biggest paid spokesman in the world. Despite whole documentaries being made about Herbalife running an illegal pyramid scheme and more than $100 million being paid out by the company to settle lawsuits, Ronaldo still promotes Herbalife to his more than 639 million Instagram followers and 170 million Facebook followers. So, since the Seriesse website is no longer active, I used the Wayback Machine to go back in time and see what kinds of things were being posted on the website when it was still active. Almost immediately, I came across another huge red flag. A post from March of 2009 advertising something called the Perpetual Success Team. It's a training event that costs $399 to attend. Oh wait, actually it says here that Seriesse and the Perpetual Success team will invest $300 in you, so you actually only have to pay $99. How generous. Here, distributors will learn to build a team nationwide from your home, understand how the compensation plan works and climb it to the top, reach the fast track team in the first 14 days, promote and edify others, recruit to invite versus invite to recruit, and 30 other subjects packed into 2 eventful days. Compensation plan, fast track team, edify, recruit, these are all buzzwords that scream pyramid scheme to me, and I've seen this lingo used in literally every single MLM I've ever looked into. Dig a little deeper, and it gets worse. Who is the Perpetual Success team? That would be these 2 people, Bob Circosta and Lori Rubidge. What? You've never heard of them? Bob Circosta and Lori Rubidge are 2 well-known and distinguished speakers worldwide. They have spoken around the globe, touching the hearts of tens of thousands, teaching techniques in sales and network marketing. Their no-nonsense approach, balanced with compassion and humor, will guide and motivate you to reach your full potential. You will leave with a step-by-step action plan that will give you what you need to achieve goals in Seriesse beyond your wildest dreams. So naturally, I had to do my research on who these people were. Bob Circosta, I guess, is an OG in the infomercial sales game, specifically on the Home Shopping Network, so it's not hard to imagine how that connection came about. Lori Rubidge is a more interesting case. She's been involved with other MLMs like ACN. Here's a photo of her with the founders of ACN, and here's her with Donald Trump, who was a spokesman for ACN for a decade leading up to his first presidential run. My hidden camera investigation into that company is one of the biggest videos on my channel, so go check that out if you haven't seen it. She was also involved in the MLM company Equinox, which was shut down for being an illegal pyramid scheme. Shocker, I know. An article from 1999 quotes the court filing against Equinox, which says, one of those at the top is Lori Rubidge of Clearwater, who claims in company testimonials to be a former waitress who made it big. The company's website refers to her as an international marketing director, which federal officials say requires sales of $500,000 a month. So an infomercial salesman and a known pyramid scheme recruiter heading this $99 event that will make sure you leave with a step-by-step action plan that will give you what you need to achieve goals in Seriesse beyond your wildest dreams. Just sounds better and better by the minute. Let's look at the Seriesse Opportunity. Their website from June 24th, 2007 says, what if there was a way to start a home-based business just like more than 50 million households did last year and participate in a $100 billion industry that allows you to blend family, friends, and fun with work and income, allowing more time for both, determine your daily activities instead of someone else determining them for you, begin with minimal startup expenses, unlike expensive franchises or other businesses, take advantage of tax savings offered to small businesses. Why? Because you could have more time and money for your family, have more creative control over your life and work. If any or all of the above are true for you, Seriesse International might just be what you've been looking for. The Seriesse marketing opportunity is surprisingly simple, financially rewarding, and gives everyone involved an equal opportunity to succeed. This is all pretty standard stuff for an MLM. Change your life, change your family's life, earn passive income, blah, blah, blah. So let's do a little inventory summary of what we have here. We have the deceptive claims around the products that Jennifer had already gotten into trouble for in the past. We've got new fantastical claims about the lifestyle that could be achieved through the Seriesse compensation plan, fueled by training from an established pyramid scheme promoter, Lori Rubidge, all tied together by Rocky himself giving it his stamp of approval. Thankfully, this didn't last. Before we get into the downfall of Seriesse, we should probably ask ourselves, why did Sly and Jennifer even get into the MLM game in the first place? I have two theories about what the motivating factors were for them to co-found Seriesse International. The first is that since Jennifer was in the highly competitive industry of skincare and this was the mid-2000s, social media was starting to become a thing, and TV infomercial sales inevitably started to decline. When the product you're using for your MLM is skincare or makeup, you're making an already difficult challenge even harder. To start a new company in one of these industries, you have to accept that you are going to be competing with some of the biggest companies in the entire world who already have massive manufacturing operations, which means they can create the products cheaper than what you can create yours for, which means they can also undercut you and sell their products for cheaper than you sell yours for. They already have the infrastructure, the warehouses, the manufacturing plants, the packaging, the staff, etc., to be able to outpace you in terms of production. They also have millions in marketing dollars to burn that you don't have. And probably most importantly, an established brand loyalty. When you enter the skincare industry, you're not trying to sell people on a new invention that they don't know if they want yet. You're actually trying to get them to abandon the invention they already know and love and switch over to yours, which is a much bigger ask. Remember on the Seriesse Opportunity page, it said, what if there was a way to start a home-based business just like more than 50 million households did last year and participate in a $100 billion industry? First of all, if 50 million people are involved in a $100 billion industry, that can be distributed as roughly $2,000 per person. Not exactly life-changing money. Secondly, I've heard MLM promoters before say things like, this is a $100 billion industry, so if we just get 1% of the market share, we'll make $1 billion. Sounds good, right? But this proposition is so oversimplified that it's actually deceptive, in my opinion. The fact that an industry is already big makes it harder to break into, not easier. On top of the already difficult proposition of trying to compete with these companies on product sales, trying to compete by using an MLM model takes this from tough to nearly impossible. With MLM, you're not spending money on advertising your products online or trying to sell them in stores. You're instead using a network of independent distributors who you first have to convince to pay to join the company and buy a starter kit with products that they will then have the burden of trying to resell. So if your goal as a company was actually to sell products, you've now not only put the obstacle in your own way of making people pay to join your company, but these distributors are now also competing with the other established brands that people already know and love. Plus, they're competing with the big box retailers. On top of all of this, the distributors are also competing with each other. If I recruit you, I've not only lost you as a customer, because now you're also a salesperson. I've also just recruited my own competitor. So in more ways than one, multi-level marketing is antithetical to real sales and real legitimate business. Just this year, 2 skincare and makeup MLMs, Saint and Rodan & Fields, moved away from multi-level marketing to an affiliate marketing system. The official explanations for why they did this are that it better aligns with their company goals and blah, 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 some PR spin. But we all know that any company's purpose, their goal, is to make money. And if this MLM model was making them money, they wouldn't move away from it. Simple as that. I think based on the product claims we saw, like the ones Sly made when he spoke on stage at the Seriesse event about cancer and whatever, as well as the fact that Jennifer had already been pointed to as someone who made deceptive claims regarding the efficacy of products in the 1999 lawsuit, honestly, I think they were bound to get in trouble if they continued with this Seriesse International MLM going forward. I'm actually curious as to whether they did get a cease and desist letter from the FTC in the early days of the company, which caused them to not go forward, or if it just simply wasn't doing well. Also, since I'm talking about the economics of this whole thing, I think it's worth mentioning that despite the serious skincare brand history dating back to the 90s, I have never seen or heard of anyone using these products ever in my life. That's just me being honest. Maybe all the women watching this video, oh, we love serious skincare. I've been using it for a long time. Maybe I'm wrong, but just saying. I think that if Seriesse had stuck around as this weird mismatched skincare and also supplement MLM company, it would have eventually suffered the same fate as Saint or Rodan & Fields, assuming that it wasn't shut down for deceptive claims or being a pyramid scheme first. My other theory about why Seriesse was started and why it stopped came from looking at Sly's movie career. The decade before Rocky Balboa came out, he was plagued by a string of flops and very few prominent roles. Get Carter, Driven, Detox, Avenging Angelo, and Shade all flopped at the box office. He was in Spy Kids 3D in 2003, which was a success, but that was a supporting role in a kid's movie. On another episode from his daughter's podcast, he talks about his career during that period.
And there was a period around, I want to say 2003 or 4, where you didn't work and you couldn't book a job. I think maybe around 7, 8 years.
Nothing. I felt so useless, really useless. You know, you've been at the top and wow, that was a rough time.
On top of this down period in his movie-making career, there was also this scandal in Hollywood involving this money manager guy named Kenneth Starr. Kenneth Starr was running a $35 million Ponzi scheme with the money that was entrusted to him by his celebrity clients. Clients that included Al Pacino, Martin Scorsese, and Sylvester Stallone. Here's a photo of Starr chilling with his boy Harvey Weinstein in 2007. You can go read this guy's wiki. He is a piece of work. He was sued by Sylvester Stallone in 2002 for mismanaging an investment into the Planet Hollywood restaurant chain, which reportedly cost Stallone over $10 million. This probably came at the worst possible moment considering where Sly's career was at the time. So, the likely decline of Jennifer's TV skincare sales, coupled with Sly's declining acting career, made worse by the Kenneth Starr and Planet Hollywood situations, might have just been the perfect storm that Sly and Jennifer needed to consider other money-making options. Remember earlier in this video I said that this whole thing centers around the movie Rocky Balboa? The main reason why I think Seriesse abandoned its ambitions of being the next big MLM is because Rocky Balboa was a surprise hit at the box office. The studio wasn't exactly excited about the prospect of a new Rocky movie at this time, considering A, Sylvester wasn't as big a star as he had been in previous decades, and B, the last Rocky movie, Rocky V from 1990, came out so long ago and is generally regarded as the worst of the franchise. And this was before it was common practice in Hollywood to dig up a dead franchise for endless spin-offs and sequels. This allowed Sly to make a very favorable deal where he agreed to a reduced fee up front for starring in and writing and directing the movie in exchange for a higher percentage of the box office proceeds. We don't know exactly how much he pocketed from this deal, but it's safe to say it was a lot.
And it's ironic that with that period of not working and being in the movie theater for so many hours, you came back by writing Rocky Balboa.
Right.
Which was basically the thing that started you in the first place. So you went back to the first thing that you got you to the top, and when you're at the bottom again, you brought Rocky back into the picture.
The success of Rocky Balboa back in 2006 was undoubtedly a pleasant surprise for Sly and Jennifer. I think they might have worried that the success of Rocky Balboa might have been a fluke, so they went ahead with launching Seriesse International 10 months later in October of 2007. But, spoiler alert, it wasn't a fluke, and Sly's next movie, 2008's Rambo, another legacy sequel to his second most popular character in franchise, was also a success. This led to a full-on career resurgence for Sylvester Stallone. A couple years after after Rambo, Sly directed and starred in the first installment of the Expendables franchise, which went on to have 3 sequels. Rocky Balboa also got 3 spin-offs in the form of the Creed franchise, and there was even another Rambo movie in 2019. Simply put, after Rocky Balboa came out, I think they just didn't need the money anymore. My best guess is that after the success of Rocky and Rambo and more opportunities undoubtedly coming Sly's way, they just lost the motivation to push Seriesse and felt comfortable once again relying primarily on the income generated from Sly's movie career. And my theory post-Rambo lines up with what I discovered. According to the Wayback Machine and Twitter, I think it was between April and June of 2009 when Seriesse started to enter its final chapter. On May 20th, the website shows they're having something called the Seriesse Super Sale, where you can get all of their health and beauty products for 70% off. No returns, no refunds, no commissions. On June 1st, there's another update to the Super Sale saying that it's now the final days of the sale. On June 28th, the Super Sale ended, but you can still buy bulk quantities of Seriesse and S-Force products while they last. Their last tweet was on June 20th, 2009. Things are quiet for a while until in February 2011, there's another sale. This time it says, final days, minimum 5 items per order, all prices slashed below cost. By August 31st, 2011, the website says that Seriesse International is now closed for business and that you should call Shannon if you have any questions. On Jennifer's Wikipedia, it says that she has a brother named Shannon, and considering Jennifer's 2 sisters, Trisha and Julie, were in the company as well, I'm guessing that this Shannon is her brother. Trisha and Julie were actually featured in a video on the Seriesse YouTube channel called Seriously Successful, uploaded in June 2008. In the same video, one of the sisters mentions that their other brother, Patrick, is involved in the company and has his own downline as well, so it seems that this company was a whole family affair. At the end of this video, conveniently filmed in front of posters for Rocky 1 and 2, Sly joins the ladies on the couch to again talk about how much he loves the products.
Excuse me. See, I hate water. Yeah. I have to admit, we all need it. We're 80% water. But the actual idea of saying, what is it, 8,000 liters a day you're supposed to drink? You look younger, but you're drowning. You have to wear a life preserver.
Your eyes are bobbling.
So I thought, okay, what for something? And I thought it'd be great for people that hate the taste of water. This is it. Right. And I cannot stop drinking it.
Seriesse.com and MySeriesse.com both went defunct sometime after this, and even the trademark for S-Force, which expired in 2009, was never renewed. Now, I don't know the exact reason why the company shut down, and I probably never will unless I somehow manage to speak to Sylvester or Jennifer myself, which will probably never happen. But I do know that after the company shut down, Jennifer went back to selling Seriesse, not Seriesse, skincare, minus the supplements, on her website and Shop HQ. Interestingly, today, if you go look, on the Seriesse skincare website, there's a section called Our Story, which gives the history of the company. There's no mention of Seriesse International or Sylvester Stallone's S-Force products. It's an element of the company's history that has been completely redacted, although the credit to Lisa Stock is still acknowledged. Lisa Stock's daughter, Cecilia, was still involved with the company as recently as 2019, according to this clip on the Seriesse Facebook page. I found other sites that said that she's since gone on to some other company, so maybe the ties to the old days where they were getting sued for deceptive product claims are long gone. I'm so curious as to what happened behind the scenes that would make them distance themselves from Seriesse International, the MLM. I'm going with, we'll never know. Seriesse Skincare did make an appearance on the Stallone's reality show.
My wife Jennifer is launching a huge new skincare line that she's been developing with her business partners for months. She is a doer. She gets things done.
I've been in the skincare world 30 years now.
My company has grossed over $2 billion in sales. Yeah, girl.
I learned such a lesson to never rely on anyone to take care of you, and I want to pass it on to my daughters.
But aside from that, the biggest advertisements for the company now seem to come from Sly and Jennifer's daughters, all of whom have large social media followings. I will say this about Sly and Jennifer and just the Stallone family overall. They seem like really cool people. Granted, I don't know them. The reality show could be using some masterful editing to make them look more pleasant than they really are. But assuming that that's not the case, they have a really sweet family dynamic. Also, Jennifer just seems like a really nice person. And I don't mean nice in the way that all scammers and pyramid schemers and these fake business gurus, they're all nice. They're all nice in this manipulative way. But I don't sense that same thing from Jennifer. And I know there's going to be people in the comments being like, oh, Marco just doesn't want to burn that bridge with Sylvester Stallone one day or something like that. Like, it's nothing like that. I just don't feel that same scamminess from her. And considering how short-lived the company was before she went back to just selling products the way she had before, I can't in good conscience say that I think she was out to scam anyone. To be fair, I'm really not sure. So if there's anybody watching this that was in Seriesse and you feel like you were scammed, I'm not trying to like discount your experience. Like, there's so little information about this company out there. I don't know. Also, when it comes to Sylvester Stallone, let's assume that he doesn't know or didn't know the intricacies of MLMs and how most people will be hurt by them. Despite that, I can't find a good justification for the claims that he was making. Like, in my opinion, that was wrong. I can understand him trying to support what his wife was doing, and I get it. It's clear that she was the more enthusiastic one about this, and that this company was sort of the next evolution of the skincare company she was already doing. I think this is probably the case with a lot of celebrities who promote MLMs, is like maybe they don't know all the ways in which it's bad and they're just doing like some favor to a rich friend of theirs, or their agent called one day and said like, yeah, it's some sales company, some insurance company, go out there, sing a few songs, spend a couple hours, take some photos, cha-ching. That's what I like to think anyways. I don't like to think that every celebrity is like an evil, soulless scammer who will do anything for $1, especially when I'm a fan of them. Please just remember, celebrity endorsement, celebrity influence can be bought, and you shouldn't believe something or invest in something just because a celebrity who is likely paid to talk about that thing told you to. So that's the story of Seriesse International, the Stallone family MLM. Lastly, this video took a lot of time to research and edit, so if you enjoyed it and you want to see more MLM deep dives and hidden camera infiltrations, consider supporting me on Patreon. You can join for as little as $1 a month, or if you sign up for the whole year up front, it's like around $10 for the whole year. You'll get early access to all the new videos, as well as exclusive posts and videos that I only post there. You can also become a YouTube channel member if you prefer to stay on YouTube. It's all the same perks as the Patreon. Or you can leave a one-time super thanks, which will highlight your comment. Thanks for watching, and don't join an MLM. Yo, Adrian!
That's what we were talking about with Seriesse. We wanted to make sure we have beauty from not only the outside, also the inside. And speaking of beauty from the outside, ooh,